Brothers, today we're going to be talking about this debate that went on between Leaflit, who is a Christian VTuber, and Nyara, who is a German trans VTuber that advocates for the transitioning of children. Now, if you know anything about me, you know what my position is going to be on the trans problem and the transitioning of kids. I believe that it is child abuse. I think that it's grooming. And I think that people like this should be punished according to the law. I think it should be illegal for this person's perversion to be allowed anywhere near children. And I think that those should be strict laws that are enforced severely. You do not bring this filth anywhere near kids. And by the way, let me just also mention the fact that just a week ago, there was a content creator that came after my channel, didn't like my content. Guy made all of these sort of spurious allegations and accusations. Turns out that guy was a gay furry, a gay retarded furry who had sexually assaulted another gay furry at a furry convention. So, I mean, these people and degeneracy are linked hand in hand. Just keep that in mind. These people are the absolute worst. And so, what I want to show you is a couple clips from this. This was a 4 hour and 22-minute debate, which is insane. I don't know what you would have to debate about for 4 hours. This is a pretty clear-cut difference between Leaflet having the moral and intellectual position and Nyara trying to defend the demonic, broken, depraved position that you should be able to expand this filth to kids. But anyway, I'm going to start with this clip right here, and we're going to go from there. I've got a couple timestamps written down, but anyway, here we go.
It is just like crazy to me how you're like speaking in hypotheticals and you're
Yeah, that's how you discuss
defending
things.
abuse and whatnot, and
So let me
it is
ask you then.
just more important.
Okay, let me ask you then. What
that
would I
cis
have to
people
do?
are comfortable
What would
and
I
trans
have?
people are
What would I
comfortable.
have to do? What would I have to do for you to be approving of me as a person? Like, what would I have to do?
I feel like you should change your environment. I think that's not good for you. I think a lot of people, there are a lot of like
No, what would I have to do? Me, like me
places.
personally. What would I have to do?
I think empathize more with trans people and like acknowledge.
So basically, if you want to be a good person, what you have to do is you have to affirm my mental illness and my degeneracy. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. The fact is that this sauerkraut is too busy focusing on, well, what can you do for me? How can you change for me? The reality is, no, you need to change for everyone else. Because your perversion is actively defending going after kids. Yeah, no, this person believes that it is acceptable, no, preferable, that you should target children. And the fact, by the way, let me just point this out. The fact that YouTube is using the Trevor Project, of all things, to try to, if I can click on this, using the Trevor Project, get the fuck out of here. The Trevor Project is a disgusting and discredited and disgraced organization. You have no business referencing or citing to them. They believe in transitioning kids. It's evil. It's absolutely evil. But I mean, just the way that this person talks, like, oh, you must, if you want to be a better person, you have to have more empathy for trans people. You must affirm trans people, or you're not a good person. Yeah? Is that right, Sven? No, I don't think so. I think that by affirming transgenders, you reveal one of two things. Number one, you're not a good person. Or number two, you're somebody that's more interested in optics than you are in actually being a good person. You're more interested in the appearance. Oh, well, if I oppose trans people, maybe they'll think I'm a bad person. Like, we've seen what the trans community has done over the years, how they've targeted people, innocent people. You know, Silvervale, Picame, They've even gone after Hassan, which, I mean, in normal times would be funny, but the fact is that Hassan got bullied out of playing Hogwarts Legacy. They even went after Asmongold. And so, my point is, the trans community has consistently demonstrated a profound lack of any sort of morality or any sort of judgment. They have acted as mentally ill arbiters of just this perverse, profoundly disgusting, disgraceful, discredited ideology that is a social contagion 100%. Because if you say it's not a social contagion, you'll have to explain, first of all, why people since the beginning of time were not trans. They just weren't. No, they were repressing, they were hiding. No, they weren't. And you're also going to have to explain why there are more trans people that are coming out in California, in LA. These celebrities, all four of my kids are trans or pansexual. And why that's not happening, say, in, Florida or Ohio. I mean, even you want to go overseas? You want to go overseas? I mean, why isn't this happening in Africa? Why isn't this happening in Asia? It's not. This is a social contagion from mentally ill, morally degenerate people. And they're trying to push this as the norm, but it's never going to be normal because it is unnatural. Anyway, let's jump ahead to. Let's jump ahead to. Let's see. Yeah, 41734.
Go ahead.
You cannot tolerate the intolerant.
But what if I think you're intolerant?
You cannot tolerate the intolerant. It's spoken like a true German. You cannot tolerate the intolerant. And then Leaflit goes, well, what if I think you're intolerant? But the whole thing about this, and Asmongold has talked about this, so many people have talked about this, they don't care about being intolerant. You have to understand, people like Nyara don't care about being intolerant. They just want to use your morality against you to get through their degenerate, disgusting, unpopular beliefs. They're trying to weaponize your empathy and your goodwill against you. That's what they're trying to do. That's why these people are so disgusting and nefarious, is because there is not an ounce of goodwill in what they're doing. These people are trying to normalize perversion, and they're trying to normalize this filth. Now, understand, there are trans people that don't go about this, that don't think that you should be able to transition kids. So don't think that I'm saying all of them. I'm saying trans for the sake of brevity, but unfortunately for the trans community, the majority of them appear to agree with Nyara and Keffels and all these other people. Unfortunately, it seems that there are some outliers that are against, the transing of children, but they are just that. They're outliers. And so I've had trans people who have come to me and said, I like your content and stuff. And I think there's even a trans person in my Discord. But the difference between Nyara and them is that the trans person who's in my Discord is somebody that has said repeatedly that they're not the sort of left-wing, caricature of a trans. There's somebody that actually cares about this and doesn't want to bring it anywhere near children, which I think is good. And so far that person has been great, but too many people are like Nyara. Too many people are part of this left-wing cabal that thinks that it's normal to bring this to kids and that it's normal to try to encourage people to take down this path that leads to, what's it, a 41% suicide ideation? You've got the regret ideation. And also, on top of that, if you go through with these surgeries, you are going to be sterile forever. You are not going to be able to have kids. You're not going to be able to have a family, which is why I don't encourage anyone to transition. I mean, just obviously because I disagree with it, but more than that, you are robbing yourself and your family of a potential future. Now, I know some people will say, well, but do you really want these people breeding? Like if they have these sort of mental illnesses? My thing is, yeah, if you are somebody that wants to have a family, you want to know the love and joy of a family, I think that you should. And to rob somebody of that, to rob your parents and your grandparents and your ancestors of you continuing down their line, yeah, I think it's really sad. If you want to know the truth of it, I think this whole thing is sad. I think this is part of the fall of the West, where you normalize this degeneracy instead of tradition. And I think that the more that we do this, the more that we allow this, the more that we tolerate this, the worse things are going to get.
You see what I mean? Like if you go to I I'm the victim, so therefore like you have to listen to me and that's all it is, full stop. You can't go anywhere. It's basically you're never going to be able to understand the other person or even attempt to. You have to basically, this is why I was talking hypotheticals so that we could find common ground, by creating a meta world in which like we could both agree on. Then we could come to the actual meat and potatoes of our philosophical disagreements. That's the point of it. I'm not making hypotheticals just to fuck with you, basically.
Yeah, I think defending abusers, if that is like your worldview and whatnot, then
See, but I don't
your
agree.
worldview
I
should
don't
be
agree.
disagreed with.
I don't agree that they're abusers.
It's okay to be wrong.
Okay, well, it's okay for you to be wrong. So see, it doesn't go anywhere. If you don't actually use any sort of logic, if it's like pure feelings, then it becomes your feelings against mine. So your feelings are like, well, I feel abused, I feel terrible. I say, well, I feel abused and I feel terrible. And then now you're just at.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, an argument between a very nice VTuber Christian lady and a German trans man. Very, very interesting. Not really. I think that Leaflit did a fine job, but I think that they were dealing with an uphill battle because this person is not good faith. They're mentally ill. They're disgusting. They're dishonest. They're malevolent. They're a demonic entity acting in bad faith. They're a bad actor acting in bad faith.
It's factually like incorrect. Like I'm still a biological woman. I'm still human.
But well,
right?
well, I mean,
I'm
I
not a
see
cyborg.
in here. I think it's an issue of semantics, really, right? Because
So
I
the
think
thing is, like-
most people don't see it that way. Most people, when they talk about biological woman, they think of a woman in terms of, how do I explain it?
They think of an adult human female that has the correct chromosomes that match the ability to give birth, but that's not a prerequisite. Meaning, if you're somebody that is infertile, rather you can't have kids, it doesn't mean that you're not a woman, because you have all the components and capabilities internally to make a child. You just can't for whatever medical reason. That's not the same as somebody who was born a man and delusionally and mental illnessly, it's not a word, but erroneously believes that you have the power to play God and to change your gender. These two things are not the same. You are not a biological woman. You're not a woman at all. You're not even socially a woman. You're a man. You're a retarded German man that holds beliefs that are antithetical to reality. And the hope in telling people this is not to hurt them. It's not done out of hatred or malice. Ironically, it's done out of love to try to spare future people going down this path. Because it is a very sad, depressing, lonely path that we want to have people avoid. So, this was a 4-hour debate. There are many, many, many clips from this. Some people in the pro-trans, pro-LGBTQ camp are going wild. But here's my ultimate takeaway. I don't think that having conversations with these people
Learn
is
how to
productive. And the reason is because I don't think these people act in good faith. I don't think they're looking for some sort of dialogue or some sort of reasonable ground. I've been made aware more recently of just how filthy and terrible these people are. And so my advice to Leaflit is good on you for trying this, but I don't think you should waste your time. You can do what you want. It's your channel. You could interview these people all the time. I just don't think it's a productive use of your time. I don't think these people have any interest in a good faith dialogue.
To like differentiate, right? Like girls have long hair, boys have short hair. This is obviously like
What is the difference between those two, though? What is the difference between a boy and a girl? Because you said that girls do one thing, boys do one thing. What's the difference between them? Why? What? Yeah. What is the difference between them?
I mean, that is just like patriarchal stuff. That is like being like people being forced into boxes and like reduced to labels in order to like control their identities.
Okay, so yeah, you can see this person is retarded. If you couldn't see him, yeah, that person is retarded. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you guys for supporting the channel. Go show some love to Leaflit. Their channel name is, if I can move this, yeah, Leaflit and Asari. I don't know who Asari is, but Leaflit is they're pretty great. I think that they did a fine job here. So kudos to you, Leaflit. Good job. Especially considering what you were up against. So, in order to end the video, I am going to play the video that I play on stream when we have to deal with people that are of this particular persuasion. We play this video.
In fealty of the God Emperor, our undying Lord, and by the grace of the Golden Throne, I hereby sign the death warrant of an entire world, and consign 1 billion souls to oblivion. May Imperial justice account in all balance. The Emperor protects.
And on that bombshell, I will bid you guys a good day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. And I'll see you next time.